friends, I'm Krista. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams. Today I'm going to be talking about the books that I hope to read during the month of September. And there are a lot of them. This month I'm really hoping to focus on some series that I am in the middle of, some unfinished series. I'm going to start off with 3 books that are not part of series that I also need to read in September, and then I'll get to the pile of books that will continue some series for me. So the first one is the book that my Goodreads read-along group is going to be reading during the month of September, and that is The Wonder by Emma Donoghue. This is a book that has been on multiple TBRs in past months, so if you've been watching my channel for a while, you will have seen this before. This one is about an 11-year-old girl, I believe, who lives in Ireland, and a nurse from England who goes to work with her because this girl has not eaten anything for months, I believe, and it's kind of a mystery as to why she's doing this and how is it that she's still alive after not having eaten anything for so long. Originally I heard some mixed things about this, but more recently I heard some really good things about it, so I am looking forward to it. I think it will make for some good discussion in the read-along group, so if this is a book that you have not yet read but it has been on your radar for any length of time, I would love for you to join in. The link will be down in the description box below. Also coming up in September, I have 2 buddy reads that I'm going to be doing. The first is Beartown by Frederick Brockman. I feel like I'm near the end of people who haven't read this book yet, so I need to get on this. I loved A Man Called Uva and recently read My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry, both by Frederick Brockman as well, and really enjoyed them. There's no doubt in my mind that this is going to live up to the hype for me. I know it's about a small town somewhere that loves hockey. But of course it's about so much more than that. And I know Frederick Brockman from his other 2 books anyway really is good at writing characters. So I'm interested to see some of the characters that he writes in this book. I will be reading this with Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library. It will be our first buddy read and I'm really excited about it because we have very similar taste in books. And so I think that it will be a lot of fun to read this with her. The other buddy read I'm doing is actually going to be with a group of people. Stephanie from That's What She Read has put together a group of people to read the Book of Lost Things by John Connolly. And I believe this one is fairy tale retellings, or it has some fairy tale elements in it, but it's a little bit darker and mysterious as well. So I am really looking forward to this, and I think it will be fun to read it with a group. And that cover is absolutely gorgeous. So really looking forward to that buddy read as well. Then we have my stack of sequels, and it's huge. The one that I'm probably the most excited for, I have not yet picked up from the library, but the hold came in. So that's Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. Just in August, I read Scythe and really loved it. I read that with Jess from Jess McGlynn, and I cannot wait to go pick up Thunderhead from the library. I will be doing that tomorrow, and it's going to be really hard to wait until September to start that one. I might not wait. We'll see. Similarly to Middle Grade March, the plan for September's TBR is I'm just going to put all these books on this shelf, or actually maybe on another shelf that's in this little room where I do a lot of reading, and just kind of choose from these books. So once you see this pile, you'll know there's no possible way I can get through all of these. Well, that's not true. It's possible, I suppose. It's unlikely that I will get through all of these books in the month of September, so these are just what I will be choosing from after those 3 other buddy reads are finished. But these first 3 are on my 2018 TBR shelf, so they kind of have a little bit of priority in my mind. The first of those is The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. This is another one that you have already seen on previous TBRs. I just haven't gotten to it. I did start like 5 pages, but I just wasn't in the mood at the time. Hopefully, if I'm in the mood for some fantasy this month, I will get to this one. Also on my 2018 TBR shelf is A Fatal Grace by Louise Penny. This is the second book in the Armand Gamache mystery series by Louise Penny. The first one is Still Life, and I really enjoyed that. I listened to it on audiobook last fall, I believe, so it's time to get back in and read another mystery. So we've got some fantasy and now some mystery. The third one for my 2018 TBR shelf is A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab. I, again, listened to the first one, Darker Shade of... Oh no, the power just went out. That was weird. Why did the power go out? We don't have a storm right now. Wonder if there was an accident. Anyways, the first one, Darker Shade of Magic, I listened to on audio over a year ago. So it's time to continue this series, and I have all 3 books, so there's no reason for me not to finish it up. Probably not in September, but maybe I'll continue a little further. Also fantasy, I have Assassin's Quest by Robin Hobb. I am buddy reading this with a group of girls. We started in June, I believe, and we read the first 2, Assassin's Apprentice and Royal Assassin. We read in June and into July. But then I just needed a break from long books, and so I haven't yet dove in. Again, I started about 5 pages. This carries on with some of the characters, obviously, from the first 2 in the trilogy, and I'm really excited to finish it. But it's a slower paced one. I just maybe need to finish it and understand that it might take me a while. I need to start it anyways. This one is on Hoopla, so I can listen to this on audiobook, which might be what I end up doing. I have 4 that are YA. The first is Emerald Sea, which is actually the 3rd I found out. I think there's another one in between, but the first one was The Glittering Court. Did not get a lot of rave reviews from people. I enjoyed it enough that I would be interested in finishing the trilogy. These, I believe, are companion novels. So Midnight Jewel is the second one. I'm going to have to look and find that one at the library. Straight YA contemporary is Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins. This is another companion to Anna and the French Kiss, which I did not like because of the cheating. So I'm hoping that this one I like a little bit better. I remember enjoying the pacing and the writing were not the problem. It was really the relationship that was the problem in Anna and the French Kiss, so I'm hoping that I like this one a little better. Again, YA contemporary are almost always 3 stars for me, but they're fun, like in between. In the midst of all these other fantasies, it might be nice to pick that one up and kind of enjoy some contemporary, because the next 2 are also fantasy. We have Siege and Storm, which is the sequel to Shadow and Bone, which I just read a few months ago. And this one is a little thicker than the first one was, but I feel like it's going to be a quick read. This is the second in the Grisha trilogy. I really enjoyed the first one, so I need to continue and finish. The next one that I have is actually the 3rd in a trilogy, so it will finish things up for me. This is Unbreakable by Sarah Ella. Sarah Ella, I first was introduced to because she used to have a booktube channel before she published her books. I know she was working on them at the time. The first one is called Unblemished, and then Unraveling, and then the 3rd one is Unbreakable. She puts a lot of pop culture and Disney references in particular into her writings. A lot of that goes over my head because I'm just not into all of that, but I know that some people think it's really fun and make playlists and all that stuff. So I am interested to finding out how this all wraps up. Then I have a middle grade that I started during middle grade March, and that is The War I Finally Won. The first one is The War That Saved My Life, and I absolutely loved it. It's about a little girl named Ava who, with her little brother, escape out of London. Not escape, but they leave London during World War II when a bunch of children are kind of sent out of the city to save their lives ultimately, but her mom was not going to send her, and she kind of made away. She has club feet, and her mom was an awful person, and so she had to learn to walk on basically broken feet. But then her life totally changes when she leaves London, and this is the continuation of her story as well as her little brother. So I really look forward to wrapping that up. And this is by Kimberly Brubaker. That's a tongue twister. Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. I have Jojo Moyes After You, which is the sequel to Me Before You. And I know you're going to tell me in the comments that this one is a little underwhelming. That's what I hear from everybody, that the first one everyone loved. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people loved the first one. This one they found underwhelming, and then they liked or enjoyed the 3rd one. So I kind of need to get through this one to finish the 3rd one, but it's been so long since I've read Me Before You that I'm hoping that with relatively low expectations, I will still enjoy this one. And then the final book that I own that is part of a series I'm not finished with yet is A Closed and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers. This is also a companion novel to The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, which I also read just a few months ago and really loved. I know that this follows different characters. I believe some minor characters from the first book are now the main characters in this one, so I'm really looking forward to reading this. Becky Chambers really writes some fantastic, quirky, real fun characters that I am able to connect with, even though they're aliens and different species. I think that her writing is a lot of fun, and yeah, I enjoyed the first one and fully expect to enjoy this one just as much. Hopefully. That's what I hope. So this is where my books will sit for the month. I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Have you read any of these? What do you think of these series? I also would love to hear if you would like to join in with Sequel September. I'm doing hashtag Sequel September 2018. I just learned that there is a blogger who actually hosts a readathon in September, or a challenge in September that has challenges and everything like that. And she calls it Sequel September. So I'm not trying to steal her thunder. I will link her blog down below. So if you want to make it a thing for yourself, go ahead and check out her blog and join. She has you to sign up. I believe there might be some giveaway opportunities. I would encourage you to go check out her blog, or just pick a series that you're in the middle of and join me. So I'm not alone. I know we all have those series that we're in the middle of. So let's do this thing. Sequel September 2018, it's going down. Series. Those series are going down. I'm such a dork. Anyways, let me know down in the comments below any of your thoughts about these books. Let me know a series that you're in the middle of that has been hanging on forever. And as always, give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will be chatting with you in another video very soon. Bye!